It is going live, and we're live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Greetings. Welcome to your Wednesday Live and Power Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine to empower you to create and live an abundant life. Thank you so much for joining. So, hey, Brakita, you're the first one on over here on YouTube. So, as always, you will be the first one to get your personal card. So, okay. So I have 3 decks that are out, open, and ready to go. And I was just told to pull from the abundance deck for you. So I'm going to do that. Looks like a few more people have joined us. Hi, Dynelle. Good morning. Good morning. And if you're over on Facebook, go ahead and head over to YouTube and join us there, because I will be interacting throughout the... Okay, that card just fell and I asked, was that for you? And I got a yes. So it actually came in upside down. And what the card says is release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool that you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. So, Brakita, this is your personal card for the day, and I just heard it's time for you to change your money mindset. How are you looking at money? How are you viewing money? Because you have the ability to manifest wealth upon wealth and abundance upon abundance. And if you are desiring to do that and it's not happening, it's because there's something up here or something lodged within here that is preventing that. It's time for you to release and reset so that you can build a healthy relationship with money, understanding that it's not just going to serve your highest good, but it's going to allow you to serve on an even deeper level. The smoke is like intense. Is there anything else for Brakita? Okay, thank you. So that was your personal card. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Hi, Gloria. Hi, my Aunt Linda is on. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Sunny Love. Welcome. So for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, thank you so much for doing so. Whoever is the first person on YouTube to join live, I pull a personal card for them. So that was Brakita's personal card. Hi, Mom. Welcome. So Brakita said, release and reset, message received. Awesome. So we're going to wait a few more moments before we get started with our breathing and allow for a few more people to join us. And in the meantime, how is everyone feeling today? Hi, Joy. Hi, Azia. Hi, Demetria. Welcome. Hi, LaShawn. Welcome. I am going to share, I should say. I'm going to share the YouTube link here in the comments for those of you that are still joining us over on Facebook so that you can join us there. Because although I check in periodically, I am actually more active with responding to the comments instantly over on YouTube. So I just shared the link in the comments. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and click that link, subscribe, and join us over there. Hey, Quita, how are you? You're commenting right under my mom. I can't wait for you guys to meet each other. Mom, you haven't met Dynelle either. So the next time you come, you'll be able to meet everyone who comes to Spiritual Happy Hour. So let's see. Oh, good. My aunt says she feels wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. And Gloria said she's feeling grateful. So awesome, because gratitude is definitely the highest form of prayer. And the more you're grateful, the more you have to be grateful for. So awesome. Oh, hey, Joy. Sunny Love is Joy. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. Dynelle said a little run down today, but so thankful to be here. Well, I'm grateful that you're here too. And what are you doing by way of taking care of yourself today? to kind of get over that rundown. I just heard a salt bath would be good for you. So I'm just going to wait for your response. Quita said, your mom has amazing energy. I see where you get it. I'm in my new place. Congratulations. Yes, yes, yes. That is so amazing. So amazing. And I know you've already cleansed it, smudged it, and did all that good stuff, put the Reiki all over. I know you've already done that, so I am not going to even ask. Dynelle said meditation earlier. We'll be taking one when I get off work tonight. Good, good. And I'm also being told to tell you in between, I don't know if you do this every time in between every client, but in between, do your auric field strengthening after each person since you're feeling run down. I know you cut energy already, but if you aren't doing a whole new auric field strengthening exercise after each client, Spirit is telling me to advise that you do that. LaWander said, congrats on the new place, Quita. And my mom said, thank you, sweetie. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our breathing because, I have a tendency to go over on everything I do as far as, spiritual happy hour. Last spiritual happy hour, can you believe spiritual happy hour starts at 6:30 p.m. We were literally there until 10 to 3 a.m. Some people had to leave early, which I always let it be known. If you have to ever leave early, it's okay, do so. But when myself and the last group that was there, it was 10 to 3. When I looked at the time, I thought, oh, we're making good timing. I thought it was 10 something. And then when I powered up my cell phone, it said 3:03. I was like, oh my goodness. No wonder one of the women there asked, do I ever get tired? But Spirit did tell me to be mindful of the time. And at first I was like, well, how am I going to do that? I'm going to do it, but I guess Spirit will tell me how. And Spirit did tell me how. So the same has come up with our Empower Hour. We typically go over by about 30 minutes, but the goal is for us to really, do our hour and get as much as we can in our hour and then be done. So just giving you all a heads up on that. So let's go ahead and start with our breathing. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, what we do every week is we inhale slow and deep through our nose. And we exhale slowly out through our mouths. And what we're doing is we're inhaling, is we're visualizing and feeling love and light from the divine, entering our crown, going down to every chakra, down through our legs into our feet, growing roots, connecting to the center of the earth, coming back up, bringing that energy from Mother Earth through our crown into the cosmos. And we're just going to let that energy rotate, generate back and forth, up and down. Okay. And as I'm breathing with you, I'm also sending you Reiki. And Ganesh would like to make an appearance and he would like to say good morning. So, okay, don't mess with mommy's tea while my eyes are closed, okay? Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our breathing. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, just go ahead and do that. And inhale slow and deep, love and light through your nose. And then release all that's no longer serving you as you exhale out through your mouth. Continuing to inhale love and light through your nose. And if there's something specific you're choosing to release, go ahead and release that with your exhale. Allowing the Reiki energy to flow through you, going wherever your soul is calling for it to go and heal. And as you continue with your breathing, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, guardians, grandmothers, grandfathers, and helpful companions. I thank you for this beautiful gift of service. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. And I thank you for opening the hearts, the minds, and the spirits of those I'm called to serve today. May they receive whatever message resonates with their soul that will help them on their journey of awakening. And so it is. So go ahead and continue breathing as you inhale that love and light through your nose. Feel your crown chakra located at the top of your head opening now. Feeling that divine love and light pouring in through your crown, traveling down to your third eye, expanding to your ear chakras, down to your throat, down to your heart chakra, down to your solar plexus and your sacral, down to your root, traveling down into your feet and out through the soles of your feet, connecting you to the center of the earth. Feeling that energy of Mother Earth entering in through your feet chakras and traveling back up, coming out through your crown, connecting to the cosmic energy of Divine Source, and just feeling that energy flow down again and back up. Allowing yourself to feel grounded, whole, and complete, relaxed and open to receive. And take a few more deep breaths in, inhaling love and light, and exhaling all that's no longer serving you. Again, inhaling love and light in through your nose, and releasing all that's no longer serving you. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes, and we'll go ahead and get started with the messages that Spirit has for us today. So, how's everyone feeling after doing that breathing and grounding exercise? I know I feel real grounded right now. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, Quita said, thank you, beauty. Mom, she's talking to you. And I believe to Lawander too. And Dynell said, message received. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So let's go ahead and get started. And also, while I am getting the messages, I'd like to let you all know, I know some of you have been sharing our Empower Hour from the group, but due to the group settings, if a person's not in the group, they will not see it. So you can do one of two things or two of two things. I would recommend doing both, but inviting your friends and family to join the United Light Beings Awakening group, and then also sharing the Empower Hour YouTube link, because this is public. Anyone can see it. So oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, my beautiful aunt, for being here. Yes, late guys, angels, my sisters, ask for a message today that is going to serve the highest good of everyone here. Okay, thank you. Ooh, that's an awesome card. Okay, I was told to pull another from this deck. I usually don't look at them until I grab them and show them with you, but I peeked. I'm going to peek on all of them now. It's like a kid waiting for presents. I'm going to peek on all of them. Okay. Okay. Now I'm being told to do one from the abundance deck. That one came flying out. I don't know how much you all can see based on where the camera is located, but I love when the cards fly out like that, when Spirit is like, there is no mistaking, this is the one. Okay, I was told to take both of these, but there's more than... Okay, I was told to take the two black ones. All right, so we are ready to roll. So let's see. The first message is community. Community is the first message. And that's why I was like, ooh, because we are one big community. And also the number 7 it's a congratulations from Spirit. So and you know what? There's 7 people on live with us here on YouTube. So literally, you're being congratulated for being a part of this community. Some of us, we look at our steps that we make towards our progress, and we often don't give ourselves the credit of the work we're putting in. Or if it's something like simply being a part of a community, receiving these messages every week, we don't really look at that as something, no. Ganesh is being managed because he knows I'm working. This is my friend. So we don't really look at that as being something that is a vital part of our journey. However, everything you're doing, no matter how big or small, to strengthen your connection with spirit, to strengthen your ability to grow in your light, is something to be congratulated. It's something to look at as a big deal because you could just be sitting around complaining about life, doing nothing to shift it. So, whatever you're doing, Spirit would like you to know that you're doing a great job. I wish you guys could see. I have these little figures on I have several altars throughout the house, and this one, oh my goodness, he literally just knocked it down. There's several altars, and on this one, I have little figures that represent my children, my parents, and my niece, and I bless them and show them in protection. And so Ganesh literally knocked it off and onto the floor. And the thing about him doing that is I may never find them. So he knows when mommy's working, that's when he's okay. I apologize, you guys. So you're being called to be more active in the community. If you're going through something, don't feel like the only thing that you can share within our community is sunshine and rainbows. If there's clouds and there's a storm, Spirit would like you to know that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for you to have a balance of allowing us to carry you throughout whatever you're going through. That's what a community is for. When you're feeling moments of weakness, we're there to uplift you and to be your strength when you're not feeling strong. You have many light workers here surrounding you that Spirit has placed in your path to help support you during your growth. I'm hearing your growth spurt. Allow yourself to be loved, is what I'm hearing. You are ready for the next chapter, but know that you cannot do this alone. We are a community of light. And it's time that we expand our awareness of one another. So, what I would like for you all to do at some point today is to comment what state you're in, so that if there's someone in your state in our community, you guys may link up for tea or coffee or desserts or a meal, whatever floats your boat. You know, I'm into tea and desserts and food. So food is the first thing I'm going to suggest happens. But do that so that you can not only have the community here online, but you can begin linking up with one another in person as well. Okay, so the next card we got is all tied up. And let's see what you guys are saying about the first card. Danielle said, community, so good. I'm so grateful for my soul family. So grateful for this connection. So am I. So am I. LaWander said, wow. Okay, I got storm clouds today. Yes. So when you're going through that, you know, oftentimes, and I've been guilty of this myself. I keep looking. He has my whole bag and he's scooting it around. He's still a baby, you guys. Ganesh is only a little over a year old. So very, very active, but he's usually really, really good when I'm on live. He hasn't been this way in a long time since, you know, when I'm live. Oh, my mom said, California, let's have tea today, Linda. Linda's my aunt. My mom's her big sister. So LaWander, so many of us, we hold that in, you know, and we attempt to go through it by ourselves or figure it out by ourselves. And oftentimes, I mean, we will eventually, but it's so much easier and the process is so much quicker when we share what we're going through, just to release it. Sometimes just speaking it, in this case, we'd be posting it, unless you do a live video, which wouldn't be live. It would get approved after, but it would still be a video, but it's a form of release. So just know that you don't have to go through the storm alone. We're here. We're here. So what is the message for all tied up? I'm hearing some of you are all tied up with the mental chaos, that it becomes difficult to see clearly the blessings laid before you, the blessings that are right in front of you in your path, because you're so focused, so busy focusing on the things that aren't serving you. It's like you're stuck in that moment of time. And as you are stuck, connecting to the chaos of what no longer serves you, you're missing all the blessings that pass you by every day, the blessings that Spirit is placing before you, saying, here you go. Here's an opportunity to grow. Here's an opportunity to expand. Here's an opportunity for happiness and peace. But you don't even see it because you're so focused on what has run its course and what you're being called to release. I just heard this is called insanity. So it's time for you to make a choice to release the binds that tie you up so that you can now step into a new phase of your life that's filled with blessings. And you do this in part by focusing on gratitude, the things to be grateful for. You do this through meditation, allowing yourself to empty your mind so that you can receive the things that Spirit is giving to you, whether it's in the form of a vision or an actual tangible blessing, whether it's in the form of a message, a person, a thing. When that chaos is clear, then your eye is open and you're able to not only see, but to receive. I so wish that I was able to show you guys, like he stands on his hind legs and he's just messing with stuff. So distracting today. I apologize. Okay, so the next card is deceit. I'm hearing some of you are deceiving yourselves by thinking your reality is one way when in fact it's another way. Some of you are deceiving yourselves by holding on to people. People is coming through really strong and things come in as a secondary that no longer serve you. As you move into the new year, it's a new opportunity for you to decide how your life will be from this day forward. It's not about New Year's resolutions. It's about choosing to change and shift your life. How are you going to change? Internally. So many of us, we focus on that external shift, that external change, whether it's, oh, I like to be skinny, or, oh, I like to put on a few pounds, or, oh, I like to have, success in business or a big new house or a car or whatever, or a relationship. But how often do we focus on that internal shift, that internal change? So Spirit is saying to you today, how are you going to shift internally? How are you going to be different in here? Because when you shift here, everything else will fall into place. There's no need to shift things externally when things are shifted in here. When you're vibrating at a certain frequency, that frequency of being connected with source, that frequency of abundance, that frequency of gratitude, that frequency of love and light, everything else will naturally fall into place. So there's no, now I'm going to say this because it's coming in, and then Spirit is explaining it to me as well. So there's no effort. There's no effort that has to be put into shifting your outside circumstances when you put the effort into shifting here. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that there's no action that you take, right? But the effort comes from here, and spirit will guide you. So it's so easy to be led and to follow, and you take action, but the effort is here. So I'm hearing it's time for you to stop deceiving yourself and to awaken to truth, awaken to what's real, awaken to what you really deserve and how you are stopping yourself from receiving it. It's time for you to get grounded. It's time for you to clear any blocks that are inside of your heart chakra. And it's time for you to allow yourself to be in flow. And I just felt kind of dizzy just now. So what Spirit is telling me is that someone or multiple people that are here with us today, you are literally stressing yourselves out with whatever is going on. You know, you're stressing yourself out because you're focusing on external circumstances and you're not focusing on the real issue here, which is what you're holding on to within your heart. What you're holding on to by way of trauma, the things that are not serving you anymore. It's like you're going about it backwards and it's creating stress. So it's time for you to put the horse in front of the cart. Okay. Hey, Javi, welcome. Let's see what you guys are saying. Well, in order to put him in his room, Mother dear, I would have to get up and interrupt the whole live. However, he did calm down and go somewhere. But yes, what he's showing me is that he will have to be in his room because he was distracting me for a moment there. Hi, Fancy. Welcome. So glad you're back on. Fancy said, finally getting to join at work. Not sure how long I can be on, but feeling like there's a message for me today. Hope everyone is well. You know, Fancy, you are someone that has really, really been on my heart quite a bit, a couple of days. And I haven't reached out because I reached out to you before and we just haven't made that connection, but you have been. And Brakita, you actually, I was meditating yesterday and you came up yesterday and I was actually told to reach out to you and didn't. I actually forgot. So this is reminding me to do so. So I'm going to be doing that, reaching out to you. Lawander said, okay, thanks so much. And Javi said, I just walked in the room when you greeted me. Oh, awesome. Glad you're here, Javi. So the next card we got is focus on your priorities. Focus on your priorities. So this is really in alignment with what we're talking about because what are we focusing on? You know, you are your top priority. There is no priority that comes prior to you. Okay, I'm being silly, but seriously, there's nothing above you. You are your top priority. So if you are not focused on you first, and I don't mean, again, external things associated with you. I mean you, your spiritual health, your mental health, your emotional health, and even your physical health. If you're not focusing on you, then your priorities are out of whack, which means your life will be out of whack. So what it says here on the card is, where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. So it is so, so very important that okay, I just heard that you're meditating every day. You guys are going to hear this like a broken record. That you're meditating every day and that you're doing things that feed your soul, So when you are asked to do something, before you say yes, if you're someone who is used to saying yes to everything, before you say yes, say, you know, let me get back to you. Or you can even say, let me check in with my soul. Now, this is for those of you that are brave enough to let people know I'm on this new path of my spirituality, and it's my soul I'm checking in with. Now, by doing it this way, you're also planting that seed for them to begin checking in with their soul. So this is what I recommend doing. However, you may feel a little woo-woo saying that. So if not, just say, let me get back to you. Just commit to not saying yes if you're used to saying yes to everything. And when you tell them, let me check in with my soul and I'll get back to you, literally take time to deep breathe, allow yourself to become relaxed, and see how it feels to do what's being asked of you. If it doesn't feel good, say no. And no is a complete sentence. If you feel joy and you feel good doing it, then say yes. We've been taught that we have to say yes to those that we love in order to prove that we love them. But love is not shown by way of service to others. Love is shown by way of service to self. Because I can't love you if I don't love me. And how do I show me I love me? By taking care of myself, mind, body, spirit. That's how I show myself I love me. So then when I do for you, there's no resentment attached. It's pure love and joy. And I'm grateful to serve you. I'm grateful to serve you. So, and instantly when this message came through, Linda, my aunt, my beautiful aunt, this message is definitely for you. I just heard Fancy, this is also for you too. Okay, I also heard Dynell, you can benefit from this. Quita. Javi, you're getting better, but tighten up ship. And I just heard, and there's so many of you. This is really a message that benefits everyone, but those are the names that came up. Let me see what you all are saying. Dynell said, I am fulfilled when in service, but I realize I need to do more to take care of myself because my personal stuff is pretty heavy right now. Such a good reminder, need to spend more time with my tribe. I'm so grateful because yes, I literally heard your name. So definitely glad that it resonates. Hi, Rising Phoenix. What is your name? Because I'm sure I know you, but I just don't know you as a Rising Phoenix, but I love that name. And my mom said I thought of her also, my beautiful sister. Yeah. I just heard it's definitely time. It's definitely time. It's time for us to come into a new era of taking care of self, a new era of serving self, because from that comes a greater capacity to serve others. It's really simple, yet because we're trained to be the opposite, we just have to make a choice. You know, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard, you know, but we perceive it to be because we've been trained. Like most of us, we grew up watching our mothers and our grandmothers serve, you know, even when they were tired, when their feet were swollen, when their back was hurting, they served us and everyone in the family. I know my grandmother did. My grandmother was the queen of service. She gave and gave and gave and gave until the day she died, but she really didn't give to self. My grandfather and I, we used to tell my grandmother, you know, my grandfather called her sweet. He'd be like, sweet, just come sit down for a minute. I'd be like, Momo, come sit with us, you know, come sit, you know, because it's like she never sat. She was always busy from the time she woke up until the time she went to bed. It was very rare occasions that she sat and would watch TV with us or, you know, relax. And so most of us were raised in environments like that, maybe not that extreme, but we witnessed our elders serving and serving and serving. So we associated the fact that they poured so much love into us and that we view them as just being these iconic living legends, you know, so we aspired to be like them, whether it was a conscious thing or an unconscious thing. And then we began to be the same way, but it's not healthy. Sometimes those elders, those ancestors, the lesson is not to be exactly like me. Sometimes the lesson is to do the opposite of me. And the funny thing is, I was 21 when I got married, 98. I moved here to Washington State. And my first husband was in the Navy. And so I would cook these big, huge dinners and invite everyone over to our house. And people would say, well, what would you like me to bring? And I'd be like, just bring you. Now, in part, it was because my food was really good. That's when I liked to cook. And so I was like, I'd like everyone to taste all this good food. Didn't really know what other people's food tastes like, right? Ego, I guess. But I would just have them bring self, you know. And my grandmother used to say, baby, don't make those big meals by yourself. You are going to wear yourself down. And I would say, Momo, now all those years, you know what I mean? But here was the lesson. She was teaching me to not be like her, to learn from her mistakes, if we like to call them that. That was her sentiment, learn from her mistakes, the things that she felt she could have done better. So it's time to break that cycle. It's time to break the cycle. So let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, hey, Tamika. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is it Tamika or Tamikia? And let's see, Fancy said, I do believe that message fits my situation. I've been distracted and not intentional about caring for myself. I am in a mode of centering myself and getting more focused now. Good, good. I felt that energy. You know, it's really when spirit connects me to someone's energy, I can always feel when things are shifting by way of them not being focused on caring for self. So I felt that, and I just trusted that you would show up when it served you and when you were ready. So I'm so glad that you're here today and that message resonated. My mom said, the meditation you sent me is really working for me. I love it. I'm so grateful, Mom. Javi said, listen, Spirit told me to go outside and connect with the masses. That's why my computer was compromised. Ooh, being with others who care about me feeds my spirit. Yes, yes. And there's that message of community also. And as that was coming through, what I was also hearing is, you know, you have heard me in the past talk about the roots and the tree, right? And how our roots is our community. So I have my mentors. That's where my roots are, you know, and I build into this trunk, this solid foundation. And then I grow branches and leaves, which are all of you. And then as those leaves expand, you then implant yourself. This community is your roots. You build your trunk, you build those branches and those leaves, and it continues, right? So what Spirit is also saying is, for those of you that are a part of our community that are called to serve, it's time for you to also build your community. Because as you're learning each day, whatever message you take from today's Empower Hour, you are now equipped to go and teach a message to your community. So these lessons are not meant to stay within you. You know, it goes through you first, you process it here first, but then it's meant to share. Same thing with the things you've been through in life. It's not meant to stay here. It's meant to be shared. So Spirit is saying, as you are expanding your awareness, your consciousness, make sure that you're sharing. Make sure that you're sharing. And let's see. Tamika said, you said it correct. Just Tamika, ignore the I. Okay. Hi, Rachel. My beautiful Aunt Rachel is on. I'm so grateful. For those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, I actually shared my aunt's page because speaking of community and serving, she created a Facebook page where she's spreading inspiration and motivation every day. So please make sure you check that out. You know, I have been blessed with not just, you hear me talk about my mentors by way of, since I've been on this spiritual journey, but I have been blessed with mentors that have been my mentors since I was a child, you know, some since I was born. My Aunt Rachel is one of them. My Aunt Linda is one, my Aunt Mary, my Uncle James, and of course my mom, you know, and I'm just so grateful. Of course I have more, you know, even with my Aunt Rachel, my Uncle Craig, my Uncle Melvin, my Uncle La, my grandparents on my dad's side. I've had so many teachers on my journey. And so I'm just grateful, so incredibly grateful. So thank you for being here today. And I'm excited to see your page and all the good stuff you post. Okay, so let's see the next message. And this one came in upside down. It's comfort, I believe. Let's see. Oh, confront. On YouTube, it comes in backwards. So what is the message here for confront? I just heard it's time for you to confront your fears. It's time for you to confront your fears so that you can release them. Okay, so I was just told to talk to you all about my response. So in the United Light Beings Awakening group, I saw this post that Niet posted in her group, and it was whatever question you see, ask me, right? And so one of the questions that came up a lot that most people's eye went to first was, what is your fear? And my response is, I truly don't have any anymore. Back in the day, my fear was losing my grandparents. I don't fear anything anymore. And I shared the story with some of you where I was getting acupuncture. I'm going to share it again because I know we have quite a few new people here, but I was getting acupuncture. And whenever I would get acupuncture, I would meditate. And so I literally woke up, or so I believed, and there was a needle in my throat, and my acupuncturist was attempting to revive me or save me because I was choking. I could not breathe. And she's like, why did you move? And so she's literally attempting to save me, and I was dying. And what I did was I literally leaned my head back, and I actually smiled, and I just surrendered, and there was no fear. And literally what Spirit said to me was, you surrendered even when facing death. You trusted even when facing death. You will fear nothing ever again. Now, at this point, I wake up, I'm realizing I'm conscious. I realize it was a vision, and I'm just crying. I'm crying. And I'm so grateful because it was so real. It was so real. But that surrender to death, which is kind of what most people, fear, is death. To surrender facing death, to trust facing death, Spirit let me know I would not fear anything again. And I truly don't. I don't. And so it's time for you to confront your fears so that you can release them. Because fear holds you back. Fear is like the chains that keep you from your greatness. When you're stuck in fear, you won't move forward. You stay stagnant. You stay paralyzed. And fear takes you out of the energy of love. It takes you out of the energy of love. Let's think about some of the most afraid people in this world. And they're racist. Racist people are some of the most afraid people. Now, racist can be on either end of the spectrum. It's not isolated to a specific race, or even people that are judgmental for people who have a different gender identity than what they were born as. People that judge are coming from a place of fear, a place of not understanding, and from that fear, hate is born. Hate is born. So if we really get to the root, the things that we deal with, sometimes we're operating from that surface level. We think that it stems from this level, but it really stems from here. And until we unpack what's here, we operate in fear. So if we really let's think about a child that was taught to be racist. Growing up, they heard, this group of people are bad. They're so bad. They're so horrible. They're going to steal from you. They're going to kill you. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And what happens? That child becomes afraid. That fear turns into hate. And hate is the total opposite of love. So in order for you to put your vibration at that elevated state of love and light, it's time for you to release your fear. Now, hate for you may not be for an outside source or group. Hate for you could be lack of self-love. When you haven't healed, it's impossible to love self because you're running this tape in your mind that's built on falsehood that stems in fear. And when you're hating self, you can't love anyone else. So it's time for you to confront your fears. It's time for you to confront your fears. And the last message that came through, and this one came in upside down as well, is shine. And the reason it's upside down is because until you confront your fears, heal your fears, and release them, you're dimming your shine. You're making it impossible to shine. It's like you have this little flicker of light right there in your heart, but no one sees it and you feel it. And when you're operating outside of that light and that light's not bright and expanding, you beat yourself up. You feel like you're failing yourself and you're failing those that you're here to love and to serve. Now, when you heal and you confront those fears, that light rages like the fires that have been going on all over the world. That light warms your soul and provides warmth and comfort for others. That light lights the path in darkness. You become the light. And so as you walk through life, you're able to shine light in the dark spaces of the lives of others. And they connect to your light. And just like a match or a candle, birthday cakes, what do we usually do? We light one and we light the rest. You become that birthday candle that lights all the other candles on the cake. So it's time for you to get out of your own way. It's time for you to accept your greatness. It's time for you to release those fears. It's time for you to be kind, good, and loving to self so that you can begin serving. That's what it's all about, serving. But it starts here with self. How can you better serve you today is the question. How can you better serve you every day? I'm being told to tell you to ask spirit that and ask your soul that. And when you receive, do it. And I just heard, and one of the non-negotiables is meditation. Put the needle on the record, because meditation, broken record, it's still coming. Let's see what the T message is today. It says, today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. It is, it's a gift. It's a gift. What else is coming through? Okay, I just heard if you don't do anything else for yourself, start with meditating daily. If you don't do anything else, start with meditating daily. Start there. Start there. 5 to 10. All it really takes is 5, but I'm pushing 10. But start with 5 to 10 minutes a day. I've said this before. Set your alarm for 5 to 10 minutes early. If you're only going to do 5, press snooze. And then when that snooze goes off, then you're done. Or you can reset the alarm for 10 minutes. Do that every day. You will find that your days are better. You will feel better when you receive that love from the divine. That's what happens during meditation. You just get loved on by the divine, by your highest light spirit team. You get loved on. You get healing. Sometimes you receive messages. You get clarity. And it helps you to travel through life. And speaking of travel, I'm being told to pull a card from the Sacred Traveler deck. It's 1120. So look that number up. There's a message there. 1120. Ooh, okay. That one jumped out. It's actually 2 that jumped. Is it how many? It's 2. Okay. So the first one says, impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. reflect, and redirect your energy. So take some time today, whether it's in the evening. I know some of you are at work and you may not be able to do it now, but take some time today when you have an opportunity to reflect on how you can redirect your energy. Reflect on what fears are holding you back. Reflect on how you can make a shift and a change today to make not just 2019 your best year yet, but tomorrow your best day yet. Don't put off what you can do today until tomorrow. So take time to do that. Now, the second card came in upside down and it says infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Now, the reason this came in upside down is because there's a block there. So literally what's happening is Spirit has been telling you, connect more with your community, connect more with us, share what you're going through, post in the group, whether it's just something you like to share for inspiration or it's something you like to share because you're going through something and you could use. Sometimes it's prayer, sometimes it's Reiki, sometimes you have a question and you just asking for advice or guidance, also all tied up, releasing those things that keep you bound so that you can soar and be free and step into your power, your greatness. Deceit, stop deceiving yourselves. Stop deceiving yourselves. All of these things are preventing you from being in that flow of abundance, focusing on your priorities, making yourself your top priority, confronting your fears so that you can shine your light and be a vessel of love and light, and then reflecting, taking that time every day to just reflect on the day that has passed to see how you can be better, and reflecting on what you're choosing for your life. Because when you don't give what you're choosing attention, then what you're choosing is to allow life to just kind of unfold. And when you're still holding on to those fears or you're still stuck in that trauma, what ends up happening is you're led by that. So what you receive are experiences that reflect the trauma you've experienced, okay? So when you release all of those things and you do the things that were in the message today, oh my goodness, abundance, 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 abundance is yours. Abundance is yours. It will flow. It will flow with ease and with grace. And you will be so in your power creating the life that you're choosing, the life that you deserve. No longer just waiting and just allowing things to happen. And I say happen because it's all coming from you. It's just you're controlling what energy you put out and what energy you receive. So let's see what you all are saying. Let's see. Dinelle said, thank you. The message is coming in loud and clear. I've been feeling like my light is being drained by my son and my guy. I want so much to help them feel, but they need to feel themselves. So you know what? Cancel, delete the want, because remember, when we want, we're making a declaration and there's so much, we're going to get more want. So you've been choosing so much to help them, right? And I'm really grateful that the message resonates and that it's helping you to redirect your energy and get back in that space of pouring into self. Yes, Dinelle said, I am not responsible for others. No, the only thing we can do is deliver the message and live by example. That's it. I give you the message that Spirit tells me to deliver, and my life in itself is an example of what you can achieve after you heal, but I'm not going to force it on you. It's not my responsibility. We're responsible for self. So just deliver the message as Spirit guides you to do so and live as that example for them. My Aunt Rachel says, working to remove that block. Yes, yes, yes. Once that block is gone, oh my goodness, life, I cannot stress to you enough how life opens up once that block is removed. When I remove that block, and I always say timeline is the mother lode of block removals. Once that was gone, I was just able to just be in flow. I was able to accept the guidance from Spirit. I was able to not internalize things. I'm so glad you brought that up, because this was something I was meaning to share with you all. And actually hadn't, and totally forgot that I was going to share it. So this weekend, my girlfriend and I went to another girlfriend's ugly sweater party. Now, I personally don't celebrate Christmas, but I do celebrate gathering with friends and family, and I'm always up for a good time, and so she had karaoke. Okay. Now, number one, I'm typically a homebody. And earlier, as I was in my salt bath meditating and got done, I felt like running more hot water and meditating again and staying home. That's just the truth, because at my core, I'm still a homebody. But I told her I would come, and I hadn't seen her in about a year, I believe. And so I was really excited to see her. And I have never sang karaoke outside of home alone, right? Because I was holding on to junk. I was always internalizing. I was always judgmental of self and just nervous and shy to take center stage. Well, guess what I did this weekend? I actually did karaoke. I Need Love by LL Cool J was the song I did. Now, I wasn't going to sing, but I did do karaoke. But I was singing as everybody else was singing. And here's the other level of growth. I was Snapchatting them singing. And I told my mom, I said, I didn't realize my voice was so decent until I snapped it and heard it back. But here's all this self-judgment, this self-inflicted judgment that in the past stopped me from enjoying myself, from just being my true, authentic self. And when we heal, who we really are has an opportunity to shine and come forth. And life is just so much better when I don't have to overthink or judge myself, worried about others judging me. We're the only ones judging us. Everybody else, okay, let me take that back, because everybody else, they're judging us, but they're going to judge us regardless. And really that judgment that they have on us is the judgment that they're reflecting based on the judgment they have of self, right? It really has nothing to do with us. So my Aunt Linda said, I'm smiling. That's the first thing that came to mind. Let me check my soul. Yes, yes, yes. And please, please do. And Rachel, I'm being told to tell you that's something for you too, is to check with your soul. Because although you have this exterior that is strong and tough, at the core, you're a big old soft giver. Big old soft giver. And what happens is you get hurt really easily. So once that happens, people assume you're just so strong, and you are strong, but they assume you're strong in the way that you're not affected by things. But it's the total opposite. So that message is also coming through for you to check in with your soul. Fancy said, I knew I was getting a message today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful you joined us and so grateful the message came through for you. Javi said, I have an intense fear of people and not having my work endorsed, which doesn't sit well with me. So Javi, here's what I'd like you to do. Release that. Let me put this down. You guys get it, right? Your abundance is blocked until you heal. Your abundance is blocked until you release, right? You get it. I don't have to keep holding it. So let's see. I'm looking at the time because I'm obeying spirit. It's 11:28. Javi, release it now. So I talked to you guys a lot about my nerves, how I have worked with people for over a year. And when we would have a session, I would get nervous before every session. I'd get nervous before spiritual happy hour. When I spoke at that event, I was nervous, right? And that event, knowing the spirit is telling me I'm going to have more speaking engagements. The next one's in August in Atlanta. I'll be telling you guys about that. But anyways, I'm like, I don't like the way that feels, being nervous. And so I chose to release my nerves. I was just like, I'm done with it. Of course I called on assistance from my spirit team to release it, because I wasn't able to just release it myself, but it was that decision to release it, the desire to release it, the choice, and the energy of being fed up. And guess what? They helped me release it, and it was gone. The nerves were gone. So you don't have to struggle through it. Just choose to release it. Choose to release it. Understand that those people that came into your life before, it was a part of your lesson at the time. You have overcome that. So why are you holding on to the bits and pieces of that part of your journey that no longer serve you? No longer serve you. Now you're going to release. You're going to be stronger, and you're going to have a story to tell. It's like me. I used to have a difficult time being around people, because with the abusive situation with my brother's father, we literally were isolated from the world. We went to school, we came home, we were in our rooms. That was our lives, right? So when I left home at 16 and I started to interact with people, I was super duper afraid. I dealt with social anxiety for quite some time, which is where the nerves came from when it came time for me to have a session, or, you know what I mean? Or do anything that had to do with me speaking to people, it came from that. And so for a long time, I would be in a group and I could not speak to the group. I could only speak to like a person at a time. We would have like a side conversation. But as far as speaking to the group, oh my goodness, it took me years to overcome that. Years to overcome it. So release it now, Javi, because what it's doing is it's hindering you from being fully in your purpose. And you're also attracting those beliefs into your life. Whatever is associated with that, you're attracting it. So just release it. And my mom said, I'm looking forward to Timeline. I'm grateful. I'm looking forward to doing it with you too. It's going to make such a difference. And Mom, you have been making so many strides in your healing and your awakening. I'm so incredibly proud of you. And this is going to be that final step that just opens you to a world of infinite possibilities. So I'm excited. She said, hooray. My Aunt Rachel said, yes. And Beautiful Melanin Goddess said, hey, love bug. Hi, beautiful. Welcome. Javi said, Beautiful Melanin Goddess, I love your name. I know, isn't it pretty? She said, I'm on your Facebook also. Well, I'm so glad that you're here joining us. Now, what I would like to say to you all is I have been led by Spirit to deliver spirit messages to you over the course of a week via email. So you'll notice, oh, did I freeze? Am I still frozen? Am I still frozen? I sound like my Momo Lee just now. Let me know if I'm still frozen. And while I'm just going to wait a moment. Oh, okay. Javi said he had to refresh. So what you'll notice is if you're on Facebook, in the description of the video, I put the link for you to join the email list. And if you're here on YouTube, you'll notice in the description the same. So if you sign up, you will receive a spirit message every day over the course of the week from me. It will start, I believe it's going to either start Thursday or Friday, one of the two. So if you haven't signed up for the email list, please go ahead and do that, and you'll receive those messages in your inbox. And they're going to be creative how I do them. Some are just going to be like one single message. Some are going to be where you're able to pick the card and receive your message. But either way, it'll just help you this week, give you a boost in doing the things that are being brought up in today's Empower Hour. So I'm looking forward to those of you that are interested in joining that list and sending you those messages. So make sure you do that. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel already, please do. And if this resonated with you, please go ahead and like the YouTube video and share it with your community. Okay. So it is actually 11:34. We only went 4 minutes over. So we're doing good. And let's see. Faith, love. My mom said, I feel that in my soul. And Mom Rachel says, eek, let me sign up now. Well, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, my beautiful aunt, for signing up. And thank you to all of you. Go ahead and do that. There's a lot of amazing things that are going to be sent. I have switched gears with my team. And so there is just so many things changing and shifting. And I will tell you up front, I hate, and it's a strong word, but I do despise receiving emails. I'll sign up for something free. Oh, and also the link, it'll also, if you haven't received the freebie already, you'll get that too. So, but I'll sign up for people's freebies. And there are some people that will send me emails 3 to 4 times a day, every single day. I can't stand that. So I'm not that person. So if you are looking for someone like that, I'm not the one, because it annoys me. So I assume it annoys those I'm called to serve, because we are one, you know. You're a reflection of me and I'm reflections of you. So I don't do that. So don't worry. You're not going to be bombarded with emails. But yeah. So anyways, I'm going to listen to spirit and I'm going to be mindful of the time. I thank you so much for joining. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And I will talk to you in the group, the United Light Beings Awakening. And I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Have a beautiful day.